I'm Tina Dahealy with the latest headlines from BBC News. NATO is investigating claims by the Libyan government that civilians were killed in an airstrike on a residential area of Tripoli last night. Journalists were taken to a hospital to see the casualties. NATO says it'll take some time to establish whether its planes bombed the area. The Shadow Chancellor has urged public sector workers not to fall into what he calls the government's trap by going on strike over pensions. Ed Balls said ministers are seeking a confrontation so that they can blame the unions for the country's economic problems.
The trade unions must not walk into the trap of giving George Osborne the confrontation he wants to divert attention from a failing economy.
David Cameron has said fathers who abandon their families should be stigmatised by society. Writing in the Sunday Telegraph, he says runaway dads should be regarded in the same light as drunk drivers. New guidance drawn up for the Church of England is expected to say that openly gay clergy should be allowed to become bishops if they're celibate. Lawyers have been reviewing church policy in the light of the Equality Act, which gives protection from discrimination on the grounds of sexuality. The government's been warned that its policies for treating drug addicts aren't working. The Centre for Policy Studies says more than £3 billion a year is spent on treatment programmes in England, which involve drug substitutes. But the think tank believes the money would be better spent on rehab centres. The peace campaigner Brian Hall, who camped for 10 years in Parliament Square to protest against British and American foreign policy, has died. His family said the 62-year-old died in Germany, where he'd been receiving treatment for lung cancer. Those are the latest headlines. You can get more on all those stories and the rest of the news at bbc.co.uk/news.